Art Nouveau, meaning new art in French, was a captivating art movement that swept across Europe and beyond from the late 19th to the early 20th century. This movement was not just confined to one country or one form of art, it was a widespread phenomenon that influenced various aspects of culture and design across the continent. This elegant style sought to break free from the constraints of traditional academic art, embracing innovation and drawing inspiration from the natural world. Artists and designers looked to the organic forms found in nature, such as flowers, plants, and even the human body, to create their unique and intricate designs. Art Nouveau artists infused their creations with flowing lines, organic shapes, and a sense of dynamism, creating a visual language that was both modern and timeless. The sinuous lines and curves became a hallmark of the style, giving a sense of movement and life to everything from furniture to architecture. From intricate jewelry and furniture to stunning architecture and captivating posters, Art Nouveau left its mark on a wide range of art forms. The versatility of the style allowed it to be applied to everyday objects, making art accessible and a part of daily life. Its influence extended beyond the realm of fine art, shaping the aesthetics of everyday objects and transforming the urban landscape. Cities like Paris and Brussels became showcases for Art Nouveau architecture, with buildings adorned with elaborate facades and decorative elements that turned the streets into open-air galleries. Art Nouveau represented a pivotal moment in art history, bridging the gap between the traditional and the modern and paving the way for the artistic innovations of the 20th century. It was a reaction against the Industrial Revolution's mass production, emphasizing craftsmanship and the beauty of handmade objects. This essay will delve into the fascinating world of Art Nouveau, exploring its origins, key characteristics, and lasting impact. We will look at how the movement began, the cultural and social factors that influenced its development, and how it spread across Europe and beyond. We will examine the works of some of its most prominent artists, including Gustav Klimt, Alphonse Mucha, and Aubrey Beardsley, whose contributions helped define the movement. Each of these artists brought their unique vision and style to Art Nouveau, creating works that are still celebrated today, and trace the movement's influence on graphic design, particularly in the realm of posters. The bold and decorative typography, along with the use of vibrant colours and intricate patterns, made Art Nouveau posters stand out and become iconic pieces of art in their own right. We will also explore its resurgence in the 1960s, when its flowing lines and psychedelic aesthetic resonated with the counterculture movement. The revival of Art Nouveau during this time showed its enduring appeal and its ability to inspire new generations of artists and designers. Join us as we journey through the captivating world of Art Nouveau, discovering the beauty and innovation of this enduring art movement. We will visit museums, galleries, and historic sites that house some of the most stunning examples of Art Nouveau art and architecture. From its humble beginnings to its lasting legacy, Art Nouveau continues to inspire and captivate audiences around the world. Its influence can still be seen in contemporary design, fashion, and architecture, proving that the movement's principles of beauty and harmony with nature are timeless. Its timeless elegance and celebration of nature serve as a testament to the power of art to transcend time and shape the way we see the world. Art Nouveau reminds us of the importance of creativity, innovation, and the enduring beauty of the natural world in our lives. Art Nouveau emerged in the late 19th century as a reaction against the prevailing artistic trends of the time. This period was marked by a significant shift in the way art was perceived and created, driven by a desire to break free from the constraints of traditional forms and embrace a new, more expressive style. The Industrial Revolution had brought about mass production and a decline in craftsmanship, leading to a homogenization of design and a loss of individuality in artistic expression. Factories churned out identical products, and the unique touch of the artisan was becoming a thing of the past. Meanwhile, academic art, with its emphasis on historical and mythological themes, seemed increasingly out of touch with the modern world. The rigid structures and formalities of academic art did not resonate with the rapidly changing society, which was experiencing unprecedented technological and social transformations. Artists and designers yearned for a new artistic language that reflected the changing times and embraced innovation and creativity. They sought to break away from the past and create something that was truly representative of the modern era, something that could capture the spirit of the age. Inspired by the arts and crafts movement's emphasis on handcrafted objects and the beauty of natural forms, Art Nouveau artists sought to create a style that was both beautiful and functional. They believed that art should not only be aesthetically pleasing, but also serve a practical purpose in everyday life. Art Nouveau artists sought to create a style that was both beautiful and functional. They aimed to integrate art into everyday objects, making beauty accessible to all and ensuring that even the most mundane items could be works of art. They drew inspiration from a variety of sources, including Japanese woodblock prints with their flowing lines and asymmetrical compositions. The influence of Japanese art, known as Japonisme, was profound, introducing Western artists to new ways of seeing and representing the world. And the intricate patterns found in nature, such as the swirling tendrils of vines and the delicate curves of flower petals. Nature became a central theme in Art Nouveau, with artists striving to capture its organic beauty and fluidity in their work. The movement gained momentum in the 1890s, spreading rapidly across Europe and beyond. It was a time of great artistic experimentation and collaboration, with artists from different countries and disciplines coming together to share ideas and push the boundaries of what art could be. It found fertile ground in cities like Paris, Vienna, Brussels, and Glasgow, where artists and designers embraced its innovative spirit and applied its aesthetic to a wide range of media. These cities became hubs of Art Nouveau activity, each developing its own unique interpretation of the style, where artists and designers embraced its innovative spirit and applied its aesthetic to a wide range of media. From posters and illustrations to architecture and furniture, Art Nouveau permeated every aspect of visual culture, leaving a lasting impact on the artistic landscape. Art Nouveau became synonymous with modernity, representing a break from the past and a celebration of the possibilities of the new century. It was a movement that looked forward, embracing the future with optimism and creativity. However, despite its popularity, Art Nouveau was a relatively short-lived movement. Its intense focus on decoration and ornamentation eventually led to a backlash as new artistic trends began to favor simplicity and abstraction. By the outbreak of World War I in 1914, its influence had begun to wane, replaced by the more abstract and geometric forms of Art Deco. The war brought about significant changes in society and culture, and the ornate style of Art Nouveau no longer seemed appropriate for the new, more austere world, replaced by the more abstract and geometric forms of Art Deco. This new movement embraced modernity in a different way, focusing on sleek lines, geometric shapes, and a sense of order and rationality. Nevertheless, Art Nouveau left an indelible mark on the world of art and design, influencing generations of artists and shaping the aesthetic sensibilities of the 20th century. Its legacy can still be seen today in various forms, from contemporary design to the preservation of historical art, Nouveau buildings and objects, influencing generations of artists and shaping the aesthetic sensibilities of the 20th century. The movement's emphasis on beauty, craftsmanship, and the integration of art into everyday life continues to inspire and resonate with artists and designers around the world. Art Nouveau was characterized by a distinctive visual language that set it apart from previous artistic movements. Emerging in the late 19th century, this style sought to break away from the historical imitations that dominated the art and architecture of the time. It was a reaction against the academic art of the 19th century and was inspired by both natural forms and the desire to create a new aesthetic for the modern age. Drawing inspiration from the natural world, its proponents embraced organic forms, flowing lines, and a sense of dynamism that infused their creations with a sense of life and movement. This connection to nature was not just superficial, it was deeply rooted in the philosophy of the movement. Artists and designers sought to harmonize their work with the environment, creating pieces that felt alive and vibrant. The style was a celebration of nature's beauty, capturing the elegance and fluidity of the organic world in a way that had never been seen before. This was evident in everything from the sweeping curves of an Art Nouveau building to the delicate petals of a stained glass window. The movement's artists were masters at translating the intricate details of the natural world into their work, creating pieces that were both innovative and timeless. One of the most recognizable features of Art Nouveau was its use of sinuous, flowing lines, often referred to as whiplash curves. These curves were not just decorative, they were a fundamental part of the structure and design of Art Nouveau works. They could be found in the ironwork of a gate, the outline of a piece of furniture, or the composition of a painting. These lines, inspired by the graceful movements of plants and animals, gave Art Nouveau designs a sense of energy and movement, as if they were constantly in motion. This sense of dynamism was a key aspect of the style, making each piece feel like a living, breathing part of the natural world. The flowing lines created a rhythm and harmony that was both soothing and invigorating. They were used to create everything from the outlines of buildings and furniture to the delicate details of jewelry and illustrations. This versatility allowed Art Nouveau to permeate many aspects of daily life, from the grand facades of public buildings to the intimate details of personal adornment. The style's emphasis on craftsmanship and detail meant that even the smallest objects were works of art in their own right. Another key element of Art Nouveau was its emphasis on organic shapes, often derived from plants, flowers, insects, and the female form. These motifs were not just decorative, they were symbolic, representing the interconnectedness of all living things. The use of natural forms helped to create a sense of unity and continuity in Art Nouveau designs, making them feel both modern and timeless. These natural motifs were incorporated into designs in a stylized and often abstract way, creating a sense of harmony and balance between the natural and the man-made. This blending of the organic and the artificial was a hallmark of the style, reflecting the movement's desire to create a new, modern aesthetic that was still deeply connected to the natural world. The female form in particular became a central motif in Art Nouveau art, often depicted as a symbol of beauty, grace, and the power of nature. Women were portrayed as ethereal, almost otherworldly beings, embodying the ideals of the movement. This focus on the female form was not just about aesthetics, it was also a reflection of the changing roles of women in society at the time. Art Nouveau artists also embraced asymmetry in their compositions, rejecting the rigid symmetry of traditional art in favor of more dynamic and balanced arrangements. This approach allowed for greater creativity and expression, giving artists the freedom to explore new forms and ideas. Asymmetry in Art Nouveau was not about disorder, it was about finding a new kind of order, one that was more in tune with the natural world. This emphasis on asymmetry reflected the movement's embrace of the natural world, where perfect symmetry is rare. In nature, balance is often achieved through irregularity and variation, and Art Nouveau sought to capture this essence in its designs. The result was a style that felt organic and spontaneous, yet carefully crafted and intentional. Instead, Art Nouveau designs often featured an interplay of curves and counter-curves, creating a sense of visual interest and movement. This interplay was a key aspect of the style, adding depth and complexity to the designs. The curves and counter-curves created a dynamic tension that drew the viewer's eye, making each piece a captivating work of art. This fluidity and movement was central to the Art Nouveau aesthetic, making it a truly unique and innovative style. Pause to listen. As we continue our journey through the captivating world of Art Nouveau, it's time to delve into the lives and works of two of its most iconic artists, Gustav Klimt and Alphonse Mucha. These artists not only defined the Art Nouveau movement, but also left a lasting impact on the world of art. Pause 2S. Gustav Klimt, an Austrian symbolist painter, is best known for his striking use of gold leaf and intricate patterns. His work often featured sensual and evocative portrayals of the female form, blending both realism and fantasy. Klimt's masterpieces, such as The Kiss and Portrait of Adele Bloch-Bauer-Wurst, are celebrated for their lavish detail and emotional depth. His unique style, characterized by a fusion of natural motifs and abstract elements, encapsulates the essence of Art Nouveau. Pause 3S. On the other hand, Alphonse Mucha, a Czech painter and decorative artist, became synonymous with the Art Nouveau style through his iconic posters, illustrations, and designs. Mucha's work is distinguished by its elegant lines, vibrant colors, and elaborate compositions. His posters, particularly those featuring actresses like Sarah Bernhardt, brought the Art Nouveau aesthetic into the public eye and made it accessible to a broader audience. Mucha's influence extended beyond fine art, impacting graphic design, advertising, and decorative arts. Pause 3S. Both Klimt and Mucha shared a deep appreciation for beauty and nature, which is evident in their works. Their ability to blend the organic with the ornamental, the real with the ideal, helped to define the visual language of Art Nouveau. Through their art, they captured the spirit of their time, creating pieces that continue to inspire and captivate audiences around the world. Pause 2S. As we reflect on the contributions of Klimt and Mucha, we see how their unique visions helped to shape the Art Nouveau movement. Their legacy lives on, reminding us of the power of art to transcend time and connect us to the beauty of the natural world.